company, especially with how they changed my plan and actually put me in a worse situation. That's part of the reason why I keep losing signal out here, is because the salesman at Verizon was such a tool. He actually downgraded me into something instead of actually putting me in the right thing. So I can't get that now because the $15 that was saved, well, nobody's going to give that back up again. So, considering my old man's the one that pays for my phone, I'm very pissed off at Verizon because it's something that's irreversible, and it costs me lots of money, actually. It has cost me quite a bit. It cost me momentum. Quite frankly, I'm about ready to send Verizon's legal department a little notice. Know that the incompetence of their salesman, and ability, his desire to close the deal by saying, I will save them money, but not really putting them in the right product. Well, you know what? That's why your company's probably going to go under very shortly anyways. I'm looking forward to these Tesla phones. As soon as one comes about, I'm getting one, and I will pay for the damn service myself. Because I'm done using iPhones, because I just looked at, I've barely had my phone a year, and I've already lost 20% of my battery capacity. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. Okay, so I'm surprised nobody's in here. Maybe they're not peddling me because I said iPhone and Verizon suck. So, all right. So we're gonna go back into the walk and talk. Yeah, this is kind of weird. 2 minutes in, nobody here. Yeah. Well, probably because I'm talking crap about. Yeah, Apple is such a big part of the Chinese economy that when Apple gets forced to pull out, that is basically what is going to. That's the only thing we have to be able to combat the Chinese with this whole trade war we got going on, is the amount of power that Apple has within the Chinese economy. I think like 60% of every export is Apple product. Therefore, if Apple starts doing tariffs and stuff like that, or has to pay the tariffs, that's basically going to sink Apple and take the Chinese economy with it. So, Apple is in a very unique position with the Chinese. So just so you know. But yeah, so I've already lost 20% of my battery check. Well, nobody was talking to me. I was asking y'all questions. Nobody asked me anything. So I figured it was dead. And it kept telling me that, yeah. So anyways, I'm going to have to do it this way. The software is shitty. Here's the thing. It's not even, I don't know if it's the phone, if it's the software, if it's just lazy developers who are just trying to get something out, make a quick buck without actually really having to do any real work. I don't know what it is. But what these, like Prism Live sucks. I'm every time I use it, it uses so much bandwidth. Like I get better signal, stronger signal doing it with just my iPhone. The second I bring Prism Live into it, it sucks the bandwidth. It's like it takes up so much bandwidth you can't do anything. And so therefore, most of the time, everything kind of sucks. And then you've got Verizon again, which I've already been on my rant about. And then you've also got my iPhone. I mean, I barely had it a year. Okay, I've had it like a year and 3 months, and I've already lost 20% battery capacity. Now, rumor is, and apparently it's been confirmed, but rumor is that these software updates that they do, which we just did one not too long ago, are designed to give you a false positive that your battery is breaking down, and so therefore it doesn't hold a charge. Now, I know I do use my phone a lot, but I do the 80-20 rule. So for those of you who don't know, if you use your cell phone a lot and you're trying to save your battery, make it last as long as possible, you put it in low power mode. You don't let it go below 20% or above 80%. If you keep it in that, like I usually pull my phone around 72, 73% is when I pull my phone back. Because, yeah, anyways. And that's supposed to save your battery a lot. But, so either we just have to do it this way because I don't have any other way. Any software that's out there, because Prism Live is one of the only mobile software, like if you want to do something with image stabilization. And YouTube, apparently they don't want to do image stabilization. Because if they did, it would save a lot of people a lot of headaches. Because then you could actually walk and talk and you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, you have to do a recording because that's the only place, like in the phone itself, is the only place. Holy cow. Seems like I've been walking forever. I thought I was moving a lot faster than I am. But I can't help the shakiness, guys. But, if you want to complain to somebody, complain to YouTube. Complain to complain to Prism Live. Tell them that their software sucks so bad that I can't even do a walk and talk. So I don't know. I'm getting frustrated with every time I go and I find a solution. And I put my due diligence in. The products in which I end up getting, which is the products that are suggested, are shit. Nothing works the way it's supposed to work. Even when you find out and like, oh yes, we will work the way you want us to work. Okay, great. Yeah, right. Because there's always some monkey in the fucking wrench. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Our software works great as long as you got good bandwidth. Well, I'm trying to figure my bandwidth issue out. Oh, well, then I guess we can't help you. I mean, we're going to help you get, better this, better that. But because you don't have this, and then all of a sudden it makes it so you have to. This is, I think, the way of the future. So people are asking, there's a big talk right now about UBI, Universal Basic Income. Okay. With Universal Basic Income, AI is going to be forcing that hand. Okay. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't think it'll happen. But they've already realized the LLMs are no longer viable enough to be able to allow AI to evolve. Okay. And so now they're starting to create a whole new language. All right. And so it's just a matter of a couple of years. And whatever can be automated will be automated, because if we get Trump and his trade war the way that it's it's going, what's going to end up happening is all these new factories that we get, they have to be automated because it's the only way that we can compete. The American worker costs way too much because we are the reserve currency, and so therefore everything that we do domestically is now more expensive than if we were a foreigner. See, the rest of the world benefits off of the lower cost, but in exchange, they get inflation. Okay, so we put the rest of the world to work because their dollar is never going to be as good as ours. And then but because we got to keep printing money so that we can send it to the rest of the world, it causes inflation, but we export that inflation to them. And when they stop taking that inflation, it stays home. So something I've recently learned is that part of the reason why we're having this huge inflation, I think Economic Ninja said this a while ago, and maybe it just didn't click until now. But with all these with all the foreign holders of bonds, they're starting to cash in their bonds because they're done. They're done with the American dollar. So that means that's why we're having the inflation, is just because the rest of the world doesn't want to hold them anymore. So they all come back home. It's like somebody bringing your trash and throwing it back in your yard after you just threw your trash in their yard. Eventually, your yard is going to be full of trash. And that's essentially what's happening with the American dollar in slow motion. So unless we concede our place as the world reserve currency and say we're no longer the world reserve currency, the only way that you can win this trade war is to have full autonomous automation. They already have robots working in factories. They already have them working in factories. I've seen footage of it. There's companies over in Europe that are already starting to take it on as an experiment, and now their factory works 24/7. They don't have the overhead of an employee, which is very cheap, and so therefore they are able to be extremely competitive, even though they have all these robots working for them 24/7. And this is all in its infancy. Now, if Apple is going to survive, Apple will have to bring its production back home because the U.S. and Western markets is really where a majority of its money is. Now, I wonder how this is going to affect Tesla and Elon Musk putting out his cell phone, because I'm sure he's getting his stuff made in China too. I highly doubt that he is. Samantha, you better not. You better stay with me. Yeah, we're going by her friend's house. Yeah. So Sam gets excited because she knows exactly where we're at. Oh, I forgot to mention it last night, but for DJ Elf, if you do watch this, you have been entered into this month's contest. Thank you for your entry. So for those of you that don't understand, that are kind of new here, spinning wheel again. How about now? Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate this. It's Verizon. It's a combination between Verizon and my iPhone. Okay, that's really what the problem is. It's a combination between that, because I shouldn't be having these issues. I mean, they're already starting to use Starlink. Okay, you've got I think Elon Musk has brought like 100 satellites down last year, and he's got like a couple hundred more coming down this year, because they worked with T-Mobile to get to be able to set the cell phone software up to be able to connect to Starlink. Okay, so our cell phone technology has already been in there. T-Mobile is going to be the one that is the preferred partner, so they're going to get the best pricing and stuff like that, which they may either put it in market acquisition or a profit for shareholders. It just depends upon what their goals are. But I think honestly they could do huge market acquisition by having it cheaper because they're preferred partner. But this shouldn't be happening. It really shouldn't. Yeah, and there's never really a connection issue, because like I said, my phone, the reason why, Beth, I'm having connection issues is because the piece of shit that sold me that changed my plan, he sold it to me on price instead of on what it was that I told him I needed. I said, look, I need, I'm a content creator. I do live streams. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I need connection. I'm having connection issues, and I need a hotspot. I says, look, I got pretty good signal. So the guy didn't register that, and so he's like, oh yeah, we'll save you like this much money. It's like, well, my old man will be happy, and that gives me, and I'll have great connectivity. Oh yeah, you'll have great connectivity. Da 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 da. No, the guy lied to me, okay, because he wanted a sale. No, what they did to me is they put me on low priority. So that means it doesn't matter if all of a sudden there's a bunch of people sitting there using that cell phone tower. I'm going to get kicked off. Why? Because I'm low priority. And so therefore, like I said, it costs me a shit ton of money because I have to keep restarting. I have to keep regaining my momentum. It drives people away because there are people, they don't want to sit there and listen to the jumbled up shit. And I was just having issues with needing a hotspot so I could do my laptop. Okay, I was checking in on the price. Otherwise, I was going to look at doing something different. Okay, but this is what frustrates me, is that the guy lied to me to get me a sale, and now I'm stuck paying the price for it. And Verizon's like goes, sucks to be you. That's a shitty company. I hope they lose all their business. I hope they go under. Because I'm that frustrated. That's why from now on, I am going to, in the same way that I talk shit about the homeless industrial complex, I'll be talking shit about Verizon and iPhones. Because quite frankly, iPhone isn't what it used to be. I had like an iPhone, I was a 5. That's what I started with. Okay, and we're now up to like the 15. So I've had this for probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. What's up, Crazy Paul? Okay. But I've had this, I've been doing iPhones every year. And at first they were great, but even their glass has gotten inferior. Like it is so much, used to drop my phone all the time. I'm notorious for dropping my phone. Okay, that's why I have all the, if you look at my case and if you look at my setup, it's to protect my phone because I drop it a lot. And an iPhone used to be able to hold up to pretty much any single drop I got. The last 3 iPhones I've gotten, man, just the slightest drop. And if you ain't got a case on it, it's screwed. It's cracked, it's scratched, it's this, it's that. It's not worth it. I don't know. Okay, so I have to reboot my phone probably sometimes 2 and 3 times a day now because it's constantly glitching or having an issue here, or we don't want to connect to this or that, because like I said, the tower keeps kicking me off because everybody else has priority. I got to go to the back of the thing. I might be getting a ride, and if so, that means I got to end this, just letting you guys know. 45 months. Hold on a second, guys. Huh? Yeah, but I can. No.
Pet your doggy?
Yeah, you want to pet her?
Pet her.
All right.
She wants to climb up in here, though.
Oh yeah. Well, of course. She thinks. Yeah.
So I called that lady.
Yeah.
Susan Dean? Stephanie Dean?
Stephanie. Yeah.
She said she remembered you.
Yeah.
I told her your first name, and I said, but he goes by Friar Tuck. She's like, oh yeah, he's a cool guy. I talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
So she told us what the cash-only discount would be.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if we're going to put in an offer that high,
Okay.
My wife don't want to.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean,
I like the low payment for 4 years, but then it's like an astronomical price when it comes down to what we've paid for out here. But that's actually what they're going for. Like on the road right here, on these 1 acre lots, somebody's asking $20,000 up there. Hasn't sold though.
Yeah.
Been on the market like 2 years.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the Californians, after LA got razed to the ground, they're all coming here. So I mean, everything's gonna go up and all that other stuff. So I mean, it's just a matter of time. I bet you, if once I get mine paid off, I could probably make about 4 times the amount if I wanted to sell it. By the time.
Vincent put a septic on it.
Oh, dude, I could probably get about.
Sell for 50 to 80 right now.
Yeah, I mean.
I've seen them.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do a septic, but. Oops. Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Well, yeah. I'm trying to talk my friends into doing it, and they'll definitely put your name down as the reference.
Okay, well that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I don't think me and my wife are even gonna make an offer.
Okay.
I told her offer like 7, and my wife's like, "No, it ain't worth that. We're not doing it."
7? Well, I mean, you guys have been out here for so long. You guys remember what it was.
They were under $1,000.
It's like me when I go see a 2-liter for $3.65. I'm like, what? It's supposed to be 99
A
cents.
bag of good chips at the dollar store is a crazy amount of price. That's why I just buy the cheap ones whenever we have hot dogs, you know?
Yeah.
Or burgers. I'm going to get back to work, though. I just wanted to let you know that.
All right, man. Well, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Enjoy your stream.
Will do. No, he just came up to say hi. His dog, what was it? Yeah, his dog is with his in-laws or with his parents because he's too old and can't be out here. And so yeah, I told him anytime he wants to borrow Sam, he can take Sam with him. You know, I almost offered him to take her with him right now. I was like, hey, you want to hang out with Sam for a while? I got to go into town and grab some stuff. So, oh no, this area right now, honestly, I got in at the perfect time. I got in, I think, at the bottom of the market because, and this is cool. So if you're thinking about this for investment purposes, think about it from this point of view. Okay, and this is what I was trying to explain to him. Okay, LA got razed to the ground. What was it? Casa Verde. Well, they've already overpopulated that area. Land is so expensive that, but I mean, some of the Californians, they're probably dumb enough to do it because they got stupid money. But nobody's willing to buy their stuff anymore because it all got razed to the ground. They're probably going to take their insurance money. They're going to come here. They're going to restart and maybe even try and start a business in the local area. Next thing you know, the cancer of Californians will have spread into another state to destroy it. Those of you that don't know why I hate Californians so much, I'm an Oregonian. That's where I was raised. That is my home. And those people destroyed it with their woke politics, their drugs, their gangs, and just the craziness. I mean, it wasn't always like that. I miss Oregon of the 80s when the whole world was much simpler. I'll just put it that way. You know, people weren't so crazy in the 80s. They started getting crazy in the 90s. But, you know, that's the left coast. You know, if you're in the conservative side, things may have been different. I didn't grow up in a conservative area. But, my whole family was conservative, even though we were... Actually, my grandfather was part of the Green Party because when Iran-Contra happened, Ronald Reagan broke his heart so bad with it, just even the suspicion, even if he didn't. And my grandfather, he knew that Ronald Reagan was corrupt once the stories came out and we found out what was going on. But my grandfather, that was when he left the Republican Party because he was so disgusted with them, and he was never going to be a Democrat. Hold on a second, guys. Oi! Yeah. All right. What's up, Rasta man? Oi! What's going on, man?
Come here. No, come here.
This is as bad as her. Every time I talk to somebody else, she thinks I'm talking to her. All right. Oh, no, it's all good. I'm prepared for it, man. That's why I'm kind of loud when I come up so you can hear me.
Right.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You have a great one. You're coming back this way, right? So I can keep an eye on my dog.
Yeah. I'm going up to the post office to pick up a shipment. All right. I'll be.
Good, healthy walk.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't have ordered so much damn food off of Amazon. Okay. So yeah, you guys are getting to see. This is what happens. Like you walk back and forth. You guys have heard me talk about the short story called Front Porch. This is why a community like this we all need to be spread out. We can't be on top of each other. No, I'm telling you, um, yeah, no, nobody really wants to be on top of each other out here. I think plots should be sold on like 5-acre lots minimum, but that's just my opinion. But anyways, oh yeah, Northern California, like the redwoods, that's nice, Beth. Okay, so when it comes to this area, why would you want to invest? And I mean, honestly, I think that's why Stephanie's starting to double down on this place. So if you want to get in, and you want to get in at a reasonable price, because in the next year to 2 years, the price of land out here is probably going to quadruple because LA got razed to the ground. Okay, you're going to see this area build up. That's why I'm trying to get Stephanie and other people who are buying property. I think I need to start making some more money than what I'm making right now. We'll get it up. We'll get it going. But anyways, I think that if you bought a piece of land if you bought an acre at 12,000, and you even if you got it down to, like, let's say 10,000, okay, so you buy an acre at 10,000, and in 4 years it should be worth anywhere from 20 to 30,000. Okay, so you just doubled your money, but you know, you gotta be willing to do something like that. That's the thing out here, is that because of what happened in LA, it's forcing everybody to spread out. Also, because of what's going on in Phoenix, it's forcing people to spread out. Because the big cities are becoming more and more dangerous. Those that can get out are getting out. A lot of it has to do with money, and the rich are always going to be, and the well-to-do. But again, this is why, if you want to escape the cities, you got to get in the digital economy. It's just the way it is. Okay. Yes, I didn't know he had a dog. Yes, like Eureka. Lots of folks from to Texas. Big. Yeah, I know. That's actually, so when I first started my channel 3 years ago, I did I made probably, I don't know if I made 1,500 or 2,500 from this lady. She's a very good friend of mine. I just call her this lady because I want to give her privacy. I did an interview with her way back when. You should be able to see it. Has to do with health and nutrition. But yeah, she had me ask her 10 questions to make sure that she was prepared. She liked my questions so much that she asked me to advise her on where she should relocate to survive the apocalypse. And I'm still a big proponent. Like, if Arizona isn't your thing, then Rust Belt is going to be your next best option. Okay. But coming out west, I think it's about ready to get really crowded out here. And I'm not going to like it. I'm not going to like it at all. Well, I mean, I might be able to make some money, but I'm not going to like it at all. Okay. But I think that even if you upgraded the land a little bit, like, you know, septic system, stuff like that, I think if you upgraded the land, you could take that $20,000 piece of property, sell it for $50,000, $80,000, and you know, and all you probably put in it was $20,000. You know, 30,000 out the door, so you're making a $50,000 profit. I mean, that's the opportunities you have right now in this area. Now, in a different area may be different, but I know I'm learning what's going on around here, and you don't want to you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. If you have the ability to get in on it and get on it quick. You know, you can do your own due diligence, do your own research. But as somebody who's here on the ground, you know, and Stephanie, she's going to give you the best price. And if you need financing, she'll do owner financing. Because like he said, one of the things he liked was he just make, small payments for about 4 years. And at the end of the 4 years, he owns the property. He liked the fact that it was on payments. He didn't just have to come cash outright. Because that's the way it has been for a long time. So, but you have like, I think the microeconomists are kind of the ones that really preach this is, the owner financing does more for a community than bank financing, because it keeps the money within the community and gives those that would have not had an opportunity an actual opportunity because of how stringent the banks are and stuff like that. So that's a good thing about owner financing. But I think if you were looking at getting property out here, or getting property even for investment purposes, if you get in now, you should be fine. But wait 6 months, I wouldn't. I think because it's just you have to wait for the dust to settle, for it to blow up, or for demand to go up. But at least I got my land before all the Casa Verde crap happened. So from what Farm Girl told me about Casa Verde is that basically one YouTuber van lifer said something to other YouTuber van lifer, maybe said it public. Next thing you know, they all show up and it becomes this great congregation. Well, the city thrived off of it for a while because it was considered tourist money, because they were van lifers. They were traveling around. They would come hang out there for a while. Outdoor Redhead, he was there. That was one of his spots along the way. In the same way that you've got train cities, for rail hoppers, you have the same thing for van lifers. Okay, so Sam, quit pulling. So I mean, it is what it is. But they all end up showing up, and then people that had the money to be able to buy the land bought the land. But now they've got so much people there that that the cost of land is going up, and now they're kicking out the van lifers that are there. So even for me, as this area grows up, if it grows up really quick, I may get forced off my land sooner than I want to. But I think by the time that happens, I should be doing well enough to avoid it. But I don't know. I think in due time, and probably if this actually does happen the way that I see it happening, in probably about 2 or 3 years, I'm probably going to sell my land and go somewhere more rural. Because I've gotten used to like being around you. You see that there's a lot of people out here for what we consider. But if you're a city dweller, you think, wow, man, there's a lot of open space. Yes, you get that open space long enough, you don't want to give it up. And then all of a sudden you got all these people coming around you. It's like, dear God, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, if this, Samantha, this with me that's my plan B if it turns out to be that crazy. So, but I really think that, because I mean, I bought my land for, what is it, like under $8,000, and the lot that's next to him that they're talking about is just a tad bit better than my lot in the sense the way the slope is, but it's still just as rugged. It's still going to require a lot of work, but $12,000, that's pretty, that tells me a lot. Like, okay, prices are really going up around here. But, and the easiest cause and effect is the California fire that put LA out. So you got a lot of people that are moving out here. Yeah. Here, Sam, stop. See, that's the city. That's pretty much It goes for probably about a couple of miles, and then that's the whole city. You know, there's less than 500 people that live in this city. Just so you know. I don't think if there is more than that, I'd be highly surprised. But I don't think that there's more than 500 people that live in Concho. Could you imagine it getting up to 5,000 people? Because that's I mean, there's LA is the second largest city in the United States. So they have over 10 million people. 5,000 people is a drop in the bucket, you know. And that's all it takes to turn a town or an area like this sideways. 5,000 people moving out. Easy. I think Navajo County. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, because Navapache, yeah, so, yeah, Navajo. I think I'm in Navajo. I might be in Apache. I always forget. It's one of those. But you're gonna, if you get land out here, unless you need to be close to a bigger city, I would kind of buy land here in Concho, or heading towards St. John's. St. John's is a nice city. I like it. It's just the right size because they got a grocery store and stuff like that there. I mean, that'd be nice to have here if we could get an actual grocery store. Ooh, the lake looks good today. I can actually see it. See the lake, guys? From all that rain and stuff, but I need to take Sam. I'm a communist. Okay. Well, you're allowed to be whatever you want, just as long as you don't impose your views on me. I don't care if you're a communist. Hell, you can be a fascist for all I care. You know, we're probably not going to get along, but you can have your viewpoint. Man, this road kind of got a little rough. All right. All right, guys. Oh, by the way, I forgot to talk about the contest. So for those of you that are new here, DJ Elf is our newest contestant. $10 gets you as a super chat, gets you an entry, as many tickets as you want, $10 a piece. If you get a membership over on Patreon or here on YouTube, you get double entries. The first prize is a membership over on Patreon, Sovereign Operator. As a Sovereign Operator, you get, as a Sovereign Operator, you get, you'll get that membership for free, plus you'll get a digital bundle if you're, quit pulling. If you do a, the second prize is an unreleased bundle. So this month, Beth got my pictures from Washington, D.C. I've just got to add them up. I just haven't done it yet. But she's got the pictures. I just got to put them up on the website. But I want to be able to take some serious time and get that done right. And so something like that's going to be done on a weekend. Which tomorrow is Friday. And then we have our weekend. Cool. Alrighty then. But we're almost there. They must have just laid some gravel, or with all the precipitation we had, it really ground this down. It's been what? Sunday, this is Thursday, so yeah, no, the first day after the bad weather we came this way. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I gotta talk to my shrink on a Zoom. Any questions? Gotta talk. No, no. How much could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Yeah, that one. Ask her that one. Um. So, you like the pictures? Was there too many of them? Were there like too duplicatey? Anything else like that? Because I didn't put the videos in there just because the videos were like But I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Is there a hospital? The hospital is in Concho, or not Concho, is in uh, Sholo. So it's about 30 miles away. You've got a hospital within 50 miles. You can get an ambulance out here. I see them all the time. Well, not all the time, but it seems like at least once in a while when I come into town, I'll see an ambulance running by. But yeah, an ambulance will come out here. They'll take you to Sholo though, which is like 30 some odd miles, 35 miles, something like that. It's not close, I'll put it that way. So hey, did you guys like this morning's news article that I did? I'm curious. So, yeah. Please ask which came first, the chicken or the egg? Yeah. No, if I really wanted to fuck with the shrink, one thing I would ask him is, okay, well, it says that the shrink's more, stats say that the shrink is more messed up than the patient. So how messed up are you really? That would be my next question. How messed up are you really? Because there's something seriously wrong with you if you want to do this type of thing. So, but anyways, I have got to, well, we're coming into town. I'm going to wait until we cross the guard. Then I'll go ahead and end this. So we've got a few more minutes. But anyways, if any of you guys want to join in the contest, man, it makes everything really good. Okay. My aunt's dog got bit by a snake in San Diego. Bit by a snake in San Diego. Huh. I don't know about that one. Okay. So I got to go by the post office first and figure out like how much I got to figure some stuff out. But I wish my mug would have came, but it never did. So that's what, cuz like it never and here's what I understand is that if it's coming from China, it's not allowed in the country anyways. But, just like the same thing we did with TikTok. Sell to American company or we're going to, so basically the government helped whoever bought TikTok, helped them buy TikTok because otherwise the pressure and stuff like that. I've started seeing more and more people come out of there. It's kind of strange. Hi. All right. This is a beautiful day. I know it's a little windy. Yeah, it's 3.5 miles. That's funny, Huggo. I thought about doing a full-on shave of my beard. I think when August comes around, I might do that. But I want to see if we can I want to see if we can make something interesting around it. We'll see. But okay. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Occult? Nice to see you. Yeah, it's just this is fun. Honestly, this is a much better walk than walking in at 47 degrees at like around 11 o'clock in the morning because it's fucking freezing. I know one thing though. If I haven't made a certain amount of progress that I expect to make by the end of this summer, I'm gonna be looking at like going and spending my winter in Florida and coming back here for spring and summer. So, cause yeah, I come back here like February, March, cause that's when it starts getting hot in Florida, or at least in the Gainesville area. It's like March, so I'll make it here March, and you know, it might be cold for a little bit. Come on, show up to my trailer. I may have to do that for a year or two, so I hope not, but it just depends upon how things go. You know, I'm still trying to find my feet under me. Everybody seemed, you know, when I was doing the AI stuff, I would get so many negative comments. Now that I'm talking about current events, I'm getting a lot of positive comments. I don't understand it. I'm just going with it. And this may be a homesteading and news channel instead of a homesteading and making money online. But I'm still going to be working on that other channel. So I do encourage you, if you are not, if you are interested in the business side of being a homesteader, you should come on over to Business for Beginners. My handle is Professor Tuck. I think that's what my handle is. No, Rebel Tuck. So if you search for my handle, Rebel Tuck, or Business for Beginners, it has the same the same logo, and I did that on purpose so that people understood that they were both together, just different channel names for different topics. But I think that right there, I think I will bring a lot more people back, and I think I'll get a lot higher return on stuff like that. So we'll see what we'll see how this turns out. But I don't know, I've gotten a positive response for it, and to me that's enough of an indicator to where it's like, okay, I guess I'm just going to do it this way. I might have to do a lot of content, pull maybe upload 2-3 videos a day just for the just to make sure that I meet my financial goals until the channel finally gets stable enough to start bringing in lots of people. I don't have to worry about it. I got lots of members, all that other stuff. Okay, so because I do want to have time to dedicate to my other channel. I do want to have some time for that. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But once I get 50 subscribers over there, I'm gonna move the podcast over there. The one that I usually do every Wednesday night, that is gonna get moved over there. I've got to download the videos and transfer them over there and upload it and create the podcast, because I can just do pre-recorded podcasts along the way. But I think it's mostly going to be a podcast plus more like an idea how-to. I don't know. All right, guys. Oh, Sam, stop. All right, guys. Okay. Dude, you're not gonna find a job unless you go to Sholo. Okay, that's 30-35 miles away. But yeah, if you want to do something like that, they're hiring all over Sholo. There's also going to be a chemical plant that's coming here in the next year and a half. That if you can get hired on there, that's another thing that's gonna blow this area up, is that there's a chemical plant. Would you get more viewers filming? Yeah, no. They have specific sites for that. You can go search for that stuff on a different site, not this one. Uh, all right, guys. I will see you probably tonight. Thanks for being here.